Hey everyone, Randy here. Today I'll be walking you through the latest changes we've made to our talent profiles and how you can update your profile in a few simple steps. To edit your profile, click the Me dropdown and then Edit Profile. The first change you'll notice is the updated Personal Info page, which includes all the public-facing information about you that visitors to Voices can see. To access your personal info at any time while editing your profile, just click the Personal Info button from the left toolbar. Like before, while editing your profile, you'll see your profile completeness score. This will tell you what components of your profile still need to be filled out. And remember that a complete profile helps tell VoiceMatch which types of jobs you're a good fit for. So the more complete your profile is, the better. One important thing to note is that this score is now calculated based on only your personal info and the information listed in the VoiceOver section of your profile. In other words, as you add new services to your profile outside of VoiceOver, your completeness score won't change. Speaking of new services, the biggest change you'll notice is the new My Services section in the left toolbar. From here, you'll be able to edit your VoiceOver information, as well as add new services like audio production, music, and translation to your profile. But I'll get into that a little bit later. For now, let's dive into VoiceOver. The first thing that you'll notice is that the Demos and Statistics tabs have been moved to the screen. Scrolling down, you'll see that most of the VoiceOver elements are exactly as they were before, with a couple of important differences. So let's check them out. The areas of VoiceOver service that saw the most change were the Work Experience and Education sections. Let's start by taking a look at the Client List component. Right off the bat, you'll see this yellow banner. Inside it, you'll see some text informing you that this section of your profile has changed. More importantly, you'll see all the information you'd inputted into the Client List section prior to these changes. Using this as a reference, you'll type in your client list again, hitting Enter after each entry, or just clicking Add. Now your list of clients will appear as tags on your profile in this section, as opposed to just raw text. This will make this specific section of your profile not only easier to read, but will also allow us to potentially use it for important features like search and VoiceMatch in the future. Once you've added all your clients back to your list, you can click the X on the yellow banner to remove it. Just remember, once you remove the banner, the information we've stored there for you will be gone permanently. So make sure you've added back everything you want to keep on your profile before clicking the X. Moving on to Work Experience, you'll notice a similar yellow banner. Like with the client list, we've saved all the previous information you had in this section. You can use it to reference it when adding it back to your profile in the new format. To add Work Experience, simply click the Add Work Experience button. Once clicked, you'll see a number of fields to fill in, so let's go ahead and do that. Once you're satisfied with what you've entered, click the Add button. The Education section has undergone a similar makeover with the same yellow banner and stored information. To add your education, reference the information we've saved in the yellow banner and click Add Education. Here you'll see some more new fields. Go ahead and fill those out. Click the Add button once you've reviewed the information and are happy with it. If you choose not to add a client list, work experience, or education to your profile, these fields will be hidden on your public-facing profile as opposed to just showing up empty. Next, and importantly, scroll down to the bottom of the page and click the Save Edits button. Now that our VoiceOver service is up to par, let's take a closer look at some of the new services you can start displaying on your profile. As mentioned earlier, this new My Services section allows you to add services like audio production, music, and translation to your profile as additional services and skills that you can offer. Let's see how we do that by clicking the Add button. Here you can see the list of services I mentioned before. Let's go ahead and add audio production. Next, we'll need to select a relevant skill. You can see a list of pre-populated skills to choose from. If there's a skill that you offer that you feel is missing, let us know by sending an email to feedback@voices.com. When selecting a translation skill, you'll be asked to select a source language and a target language. In other words, the language you'll be translating from is the source language, and the language you'll be translating to is the target language. For now, let's select audio production and audio editing. Now let's click Confirm. Here we have the new skills section of the profile. Each new service and subsequent skill you add to your profile will have one of these sections. Much like the VoiceOver service section, along the top, you'll see an Overview tab and a Portfolio tab. The Portfolio tab takes the place of the Demo tab from the VoiceOver service section. You'll also notice there's no Statistics tab, as for the time being, statistics will only be tracked against your VoiceOver performance. Let's take a closer look at the Overview tab. Here you'll see a number of sections that need to be filled. First, the Service Description section allows you to briefly describe and provide a summary of the skill you're offering, much like the old Service Description section that you would have found when updating your VoiceOver profile. From here, you'll see some familiar sections like Work Experience and Education, as well as a number of new sections that are specific to each service and skill, much like is the case for VoiceOver. Let's fill some of these out now. Once we've filled in the required and optional sections, the next and very important step is to add a portfolio sample. These samples are the same as demos are for VoiceOver, just under a different name that makes more sense for the new service and skills you can offer. To do that, we'll click Save and Add Sample. Welcome to the portfolio section. Here you'll upload any relevant samples of work that falls under the new service and skills you're adding. To do that, click Add Sample. Remember, just like with your VoiceOver service, you need to upload a portfolio sample in order for the skill to be active. In the future, this will be essential for matching you to jobs best suited to your skills and allowing those skills to be searchable by clients. From here, we can begin to add some details about the sample, as well as indicate which skills we want to add it to. Right now, we will just have the one skill, but if we had multiple, we could select which ones we wanted to attach this particular sample to. Once we've made our selections, we need to fill out the rest of the sections. We start by giving our sample a title and description. Now, we'll want to upload a sample file. For audio production and music, this will be an MP3 audio file. For translation, this could be a PDF document or a JPEG image. To upload, click Select File, and then follow the on-screen prompts. Next, we'll need to apply the necessary and relevant information and tags to the sample, much like you do when uploading a VoiceOver demo. Depending on the service and skill you've selected to add to your profile, this information and the relevant tags will vary. Let's go ahead and add some tags now. That looks great. Let's click Add Sample. We're now back at the portfolio section of your profile. Here, much like with demos, we can see, edit, reorganize, and feature the samples as we see fit. Now that we've added one sample, we can add additional samples, skills, or view our profile. To add an additional skill to the service you're currently editing, click the All Audio Production Skills button at the top of the page. From this page, you can edit existing skills and view a particular skill profile. To add a new skill, simply click Add Skill and follow the same steps as you did before. You can access this page and see a list of all the skills you've added to a given service by selecting the desired service from the left toolbar. Now, let's take a look at what clients will see with these new services and skills. Unlike before, each skill you've added will have its own unique profile page. Information like your personal info and stats are the same across all of your skills. The contents and focus of the studio section will change depending on the service and skill you're viewing. For example, for translation, this will be replaced with a skill details section. Now for this particular skill, we can see and listen to the sample. By default, the top 4 samples you've added will appear here. If you have more than 4 samples, viewers of your profile will be able to see them by clicking See More. To see more detailed information about each sample, click the sample name and review the details in the preview window that pops up. Depending on the service or skill, the information in this window will vary. Audio files can be listened to from here, and translation documents in the form of a PDF will be opened in a separate tab, with JPEGs being previewed directly in this window. We can also get an overview of the skill itself. We'll also see the client list. As mentioned earlier, because we did not add work experience or education to this skill specifically, those sections don't appear. If we continue to scroll, we can see the About section. Here you'll see more personal info, but more importantly, you'll see other skills. Clicking on one will take you to that specific skill. Let's take a look at the VoiceOver profile. This looks familiar. We've returned to the VoiceOver section of your profile. Let's scroll down a bit. Here, we can see that the changes to the client list, work experience, and education that were reviewed earlier are now visible. Like on the audio editing page, we can scroll down to the About section and see all the other skills that we offer, like audio editing. For now, clients can't post jobs or search for these new services and skills, but by the middle of 2021, they will be able to. In the meantime, clients may outline in the job description or in the additional info that these additional skills are needed as part of the VoiceOver job, so be sure to fully review jobs before responding. If at any point you see something that you want to change, you can head back to the profile editor by clicking the Edit Profile button from the toolbar at the top of the page. And that's it. As you can see, a lot has changed and there's a lot to be excited about. We really hope that you're as excited as we are about the changes that we've made and what we have in store for the next year. If at any point you have any questions about your profile, feel free to reach out to our support team. Thanks so much for being a valued member of our talent community, and from everybody here at Voices, we wish you nothing but continued success.
Voices.